better venue to host such an event, overlooking New York Harbor, the gateway to the free world where millions of immigrants came over looking for freedom. General Duke ordered freedom to Sri Lanka, and this is a perfect venue for this event. Secondly, Staten Island is the home of the largest Sri Lankan population in the Northeast. And soon after Hurricane Sandy, it was our own ambassador, Shavendra Silva, who helped those Sri Lankan families who were in dire straits. Thank you, Ambassador. So that's who are the Eisenhower of Sri Lanka. And you know, history has a unique way of repeating itself. Eisenhower later on went to become the leader of the United States military, and then he became president.
Let me say a couple of things about Shavendra. Shavendra came here with no diplomatic background, but with a lot of military background. But he learned his task very quickly and set about dealing with his colleagues, with his counterparts, in a way that I had no problems with. In fact, they complemented most of my work effectively. There were times when I could not go to a meeting, I could not make an intervention, including at the Security Council, because I was otherwise engaged. And I would send him with very little preparation. And he did what he was asked to do very effectively. I thank him for that. And in fact, I hope that I will get a successor, a replacement for Shavendra, with equal skills, with equal modesty, and equal willingness to do what he or she is asked to do.
අපි ජීවිතයේ ලබන අත්දැකීමක් තමයි එක්වීමක් හමුවීමක් කියන හැම විටකම වෙන්වීමක් සමුගැනීමක් තියෙනවා. අද අපි එකතු වෙලා ඉන්නේ සේවා කාලය නිමා කර වැඩිදුර අධ්‍යාපනයට යන මේජර් ජෙනරාල් ශවින්ද්‍ර සිල්වා මැතිතුමාට ආශිර්වාද පතන්න ජය ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරන්න කෘතඥතාව පළ කරන්න. ගමන් බලපත්‍රයක වළංගු කාලය වෙනස් කරගන්න අධ්‍යාපන සහතිකයක උප්පන්න සහතිකයක පිටපතක් ගන්න තානාපති කාර්යාලයට ගිය අවස්ථා බොහොමයි. ඒ පසුගිය දවසක මේජර් ජෙනරාල් ශවින්ද්‍ර සිල්වා මැතිතුමාගේ ආරාධනෙන් අපි තානාපති කාර්යාලයට ගියේ රෑ ඉරිමෙතු පිරිත් අහන්න. එදා පිරිත් අහන්න ඇවිත් සිටියේ බෞද්ධ අපි විතරක් නෙමෙයි. බෞද්ධ නොවන අයත් හිටියා. විජාතිකයනුත් හිටියා. අපේ බෙරහනේ හිතය ඒ අයටත් ඇහෙන්න ඇති. සෙත් පිරිතේ සාන්තිය හැමෝටම දැනෙන්න. මේ කරුණ විශේෂයෙන් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මතක් කරේ ශවින්ද්‍ර සිල්වා මැතිතුමා ළඟ තියෙන විවිධ ජන කොටස් එක වේදිකාවට ගෙන්න හැකියාවට සාධකයක් හැටියට 2600 සම්බුද්ධත්වයේ සවරන වේලාවේ ඍජු නායකත්වයක් දුන්නේ ඔබයි. ජාතියේ නිදහස සමරන දිනේ වේවා රණවීර ජයග්‍රහණයේ සමරන දිනේ වේවා ඔබ දුන්නේ සංවිධායකයෙක් හැටියට ලොකු සහායක්. අපි අය එකතු වුණේ කොතනද? ඔබත් එතනට ආවා. ඔබත් එතන හිටියා. ඒ අතින් බලනකොට උපන් රටේ නිල නියෝජනයක් මෙරට ජීවත් වන අපේ ගැහෙන හදවතුත් යා කරන පාලනයේ ප්‍රබල අත්වලකුණේ ඔබයි.
for Sri Lanka, you keep seeing peace coming for you. And from the United States, I hope also we always have peace above even prosperity. And together, I know you've got your great culture. Together, I hope our communities can always work together to be one in heart and one in peace, and show the world what it's like to have a nice place to live, the prosperity which you outlined, and certainly the peace and harmony.
What can I tell you that you already haven't heard about this very famous Sri Lankan general officer? As a young man, all he wanted to do was play cricket. That's why he joined the army. He figured he'd have a better chance of being on the nationals and so on. He was a great cricket player as a young man. So he joined the army. The next thing you know is he was advancing very rapidly through the ranks. He became the youngest commanding officer of a commando regiment. And by the way, you've probably heard a lot of the things already about Shavendra this evening as far as his exploits are concerned, but there's two that I can tell you that stick out in my mind. That when the LTTE had broken through the defense perimeter established by the Sri Lankan army in the north, it was Shavendra's commando regiment, with Shavendra in the lead, who attacked by helicopter at night and restored the defense perimeter. Had he not done so, this is a civil war that might still be going on today. He became the youngest general officer in the Sri Lankan army and became the brilliant commander of the 58th Regiment. And it's something that you don't hear a lot about in the American press or the Western press for that matter. He's the man who established the safety zones towards the end of the war as he was wrapping up the battle. You don't hear about that. He saved thousands of lives by doing so. But you hear the propaganda a lot from the other side, and that's...
And you have been called a bridge builder by none other than esteemed Sri Lankan journalist sitting right in the table. So you are indeed a bridge builder. Sri Lanka, as you know, is a multi-ethnic, multi-religious country. It is represented here as well. But you went beyond all the segments, Buddhists, Christians, Muslims. They are all your friends. You have reached out to them. It amply is shown by the presence of them here in this hall today.
Of Sri Lanka, New Jersey, present this award to these gentlemen for their service to Sri Lanka, to the General, and the Sri Lankan community in the USA. The first award is to Warrant Officer Niroshana. Sergeant Pradeep Kumar. AVI Kumara Singh Banda. And finally, but not least, our own G. Siri Kumar. Friends of Sri Lanka, New Jersey presents this award to Ambassador Major General Shavendra Silva, Deputy Permanent Representative for Sri Lanka at the United Nations, for his outstanding service to Sri Lanka and the Sri Lankan community in the USA, December 14, 2014. Our war hero.
In the war against terrorism in Sri Lanka, the armed forces carried out a decisive combat operation in the northern province in the year 2009, which totally eliminated from the country nearly 30 years of terrorism. ruthless terrorism. General Shavendra was the general officer commanding one of the few military divisions in this successful operation. He gave his military uniforms a long vacation and moved over to New York. During his career as a diplomat, he was actively involved with the UN peacekeeping activities in Central African countries, Haiti and Lebanon. He was a member of the UN Secretary General's Special Advisory Group for Peacekeeping Operations. General Shavendra initiated action to purchase the present location to house the office of the Permanent Mission of Sri Lanka.
My father was telling to stand with the people who work and not to worry about the blame. I'm proud I was born to a man like him, who had inspiring characteristics, who forced me to see changes in my life under the great warriors of all times, like late General Wyser-Pratte, the father of my own regiment, the Jagoda regiment, who read the military alphabet to me to win any challenges in this life circle. Well, I think I should not tell things about the way I was chosen for this country, but I certainly should tell about what aimed through me. You surely know the characteristics of people like me who were born in military attire. We never bat in back foot in our lives. We did play offensive against the most dangerous terrorism in the world, and we won. From the day I landed here, I was surrounded by shadows of the common enemy, and the interested parties were so keen to observe my lifestyle. I know millions of dollars have been paid to develop threat against me by them, especially to pack me up back to my country. There I saw strong and arrogant media veterans of Channel 4 were hunting in New York streets with swords out of their scabbards, openly to hunt me, while some were happily waiting to see me die. At that time of traitors, furious slogans were rotting against me. I had my guts bolted to all joints in my body by the Secretary of Defense of my country, Honorable Gotabaya Rajapaksa, to launch my mechanism against all odds, because within a very short time period, I managed to build up my brigade of patriotic Sri Lankans to defend the motherland while I fought in front.
And before I learned about your heroism and your incredible life in the military, I learned about a man who loves his family. I heard so much about your children. I heard about how much you love your country, and I heard how much you love your people of all religions and all faiths. And I thought, gosh, this is a really extraordinary man. I want to learn more. And then when I heard the story of what you did in battle, my jaw dropped. I just want everybody, could you all give a big round of applause for what you have accomplished in the military and as an ambassador. It's unbelievable. As many of you heard, my own father was a prisoner of war. My own father knows about the sacrifice of what it takes to go in battle and what it means to fight the enemy head on. My father almost died for his country, and I remember sharing the stories about you with my father and so many other people. And what I've learned about your country is the incredible diversity, the incredible courage of your country. And I can't wait to go there one day. It is on my top wish list of places to go because I've gotten such an incredible fondness.
We are honored to have Rita Cosby the distinguished journalist, raising the situation, the show at General Shavendra Silva's farewell party. So I would like you to say a few words about your experience having known the General and being with the Sri Lankan community and being involved in most of the occasions.
For me, I had to be here because I've had the pleasure of knowing the General quite well, and we've shared some wonderful friendship together. And when I first met him, I was saying when I did my speech, it was supposed to be a short lunch. And I thought, oh, I'll learn a little bit about Sri Lanka, I'll learn a little bit about the General. Didn't really know too much about either. And it ended up being a 5-6 hour dinner. And I just learned about the incredible country of Sri Lanka, the incredible people. And I also learned about the incredible heart of General Shavendra. He loves his country. And when I heard not just of his devotion to the people, but truly of the incredible sacrifice that he did when he was in battle, I had such admiration for this man. And he had such a love of all different faiths of people in Sri Lanka, and really cared about getting the word out about the country. Truly is an ambassador, you know, in terms of getting the word out. And I just was so touched by his story. I was so touched by the story of the Sri Lankan people. And since that time, I've had such a fondness for him personally and such a fondness for the country. And I had to be here tonight to say goodbye because this is such a huge loss. We're jealous of Sri Lanka. First of all, it's an incredible country, but now you get the General back and you leave us empty-handed here in America because he's such a great role model, not just to the people of Sri Lanka, but I think young and old people all throughout the globe. And it was an honor for me to be here to celebrate his incredible life and a man who so many of us love dearly.
As General Shavendra always spoke about Dr. Salgado, I think we need to have a few words from Dr. Salgado to emphasize what close friends they've been and how much he's known them. So you can take it on from there.
Yes, I was introduced to Shavendra while before he came here. So I was one of the few people who knew him. My friend who was the commander of the Air Force, Harsha Vikrama, and there was also a squadron leader, Athula, who introduced me to him. So I said, I was told that he was going to come here, and I said, fine, we'll meet here. So soon after he came, I invited him for dinner, and we went out. I can still remember the restaurant in Manhattan. So Shavendra has come a long way since then, and he has done a terrific job, and he has really brought the community together in the United States. I don't think any other ambassador, leave aside the deputy ambassador, with all due respect to Palita, whom I've known for some time, nobody else has really done community work. Their main task is diplomacy. So here, Shavendra did not only diplomacy, which is not his really forte, but he really did a great service to the community by bringing everyone together. So we have got close through the years, and I'm really sorry to have him leave, but I believe he's going to better his career, and he's going to flourish one day, and he has tremendous potential.
Okay, here's an ardent supporter of General Shavendra, Senaka Seneviratne. I think you will enlighten us about how you have been organizing this whole event.
So a couple of months ago, a few friends reached out to me and said, Shavendra is leaving, aren't we going to do anything about it? I had the same exact thought in my mind, yes, he's leaving, we must do something. So I called a few personal friends who have been the community leaders who have been doing these kind of events for decades, and they had a reputation for doing such events. So I reached out to them for help and said, look, Shavendra is leaving, we better do something, because he deserves a great send-off of this nature. So all of these friends came forward. Not only they came forward, they were willing to give more than what we asked, and come forward and sacrifice their personal comforts, time and resources and funds to make this a great success.
So Dr. Kantachi, we are talking about General Shavendra, but you emphasize his qualities and his connection with the people, and I'd like you to elaborate a little bit. As a close friend of his, you're the only one who can really tell us what you want to share with us about General Shavendra.
I'll be very glad to do that.
in my speech today, I want to emphasize Shavendra the man. Having known him and become very close friends over the last 4 years, I come to know that he is a deeply devoted family man and also a very good loyal friend. Not only to the good friends, but even the acquaintance, he will go out of his way to help out. And then another quality I valued in him, his relationship with the community, not only with the high layers of society, but with all groups.
Rita